Well, hello everyone, and hopefully you are all doing healthy and safe. For those of you who are still on the YouTube page and are kind of wondering where the past podcasts have been, if you have not seen the news that's been on the Instagram and the Twitter, which is at the M. Danielsen Show, as Danielsen, S-E-N, we have moved our podcast over to Anchor. It's an app that basically allows you to distribute your podcasts to apps such as Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So we are continuing the podcast. If you haven't heard the news by now, we are continuing the podcast just on a different network as of right now, and it will remain that way. So for those of you who are subscribed to the YouTube page, if you want to go over and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, wherever you may be on, make sure to do so if you want to keep up with the upcoming podcasts. As far as updates go, we're really excited for this summer. Still going to be doing the every other week podcast, especially with this whole coronavirus stuff. You know, there's not much to talk about, so for now, just going to remain that. But when we get to season 2, which I believe will be, I want to say around September 19th, if I'm not mistaken. I can double check that real quick. Yes, that will be September 19th, which will be around the 1-year anniversary of the show, which the original air date was September 21st. We'll be starting season 2, and from there, we're going to be going back to doing every single week, hopefully with everything kind of leveling out, some type of sports still being there. If not the biggest deal. Then we'll continue with the every other week podcasts. But really until then, basically just expect the podcast to be the same way. And even afterwards, kind of the same way with the interviews of our guests, and then going in a little bit of the sports. I've realized that whenever we're talking, we talk about so much sports that we never really get to know who the guest is. And even though that's not a bad thing, it's the fact also we are not focusing on the main aspects of sports and not really just talking about that in general. So, I mean, hey, if that's something you want, make sure to let me know. Just shoot me a DM on the M. Danielsen Show Twitter, or shoot me a message on the Instagram page. Let me know what you would like to see on the show. We are planning to bring on a couple new guests, and especially with the whole ability to use Skype now, that's going to open up even a better access to use more people, possibly get some professional athletes, former professional athletes on the show. That'd be really cool. But until then, we're just going to be really doing the same thing here, and working it through and kind of just trying to wait out this whole virus and wait for things to resume back to normal. So for those of you on the YouTube page, thank you so much for everything. Thank you for so much of the support. It's been one heck of a run on the YouTube page, especially the fact kind of where this is how the podcast all got started. But for now, though, we are moving on to greater and better things for the podcast, and personally, I'm really excited for it. I love the new network and just the new application to use, so I think it's really, really good, and I think it's really going to serve the show well for the future. So thank you so much for your support on the YouTube channel. Make sure to go check us out on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and any other podcast-related apps that we may be on. If we're not, we're definitely on those 3, so make sure download Anchor, download Spotify, or check us out on the Apple Podcasts if you do not have any of those 3. But that's all I got for now. Maybe I'll do a couple more updates on the YouTube page. Who knows? But we'll just see how that all works. So, also with that, this is kind of the end of the school year, which is hard to believe. The fact that we started off, at the very beginning of school, and now here we are, the very last day. Kind of surreal, and hard to believe that we're basically through year one of of school and Austin College and all that. It's going to be fun for season 2 whenever that comes up. And definitely need to get the new roommate on the show. Bring back my old roommate, Jackson Epps. Of course, all the baseball guys that were on there who are returning members of the Austin College baseball team. They'll be back on there. Get some other athletes around the school on there. And just try to, get other people who are interested in sports on the show. I mean, heck, get some guys that I know that go to Texas Tech, some guys, that go to Texas State, UT, something like that. Just try to branch out and kind of talk about sports throughout the globe instead of strictly Austin College based. That's going to be it for now. Thank you for watching and listening. Thank you for that from myself, Max Danielsen. And as always, have a pleasant good morning, a good afternoon, or good evening to you, wherever or whenever you may be watching. Thank you.